Hi guys, welcome to the show. I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And it feels like it's been forever.
It's been ages.
It's been ages. All right. And even though it's been ages, hot topic is still hashtag Oscar so white. Diversity in the Oscar voting. You got the Academy that's pretty much made up of 94% white.
Right. And
the rest are all minorities, different cultures and stuff.
You can throw a dash of pepper in there somewhere.
There you go.
Sprinkles.
So it's like average age is about 60s. Mm-hmm. So the Academy has come out because of this big thing, this outcry of as far as more diversity in the voting, and they've pretty much made it to where they're going to basically blow up the roster.
Yeah.
Type. And we should have a more diverse group by 2020 to vote and all that stuff.
Well, I kind of like how they did it a little bit, where they said that if you're not active in the film industry, they're basically going to move you out.
Yep.
Because a lot of that's what's really doing it, is like, oh, you have these people, hadn't been in the movie business for a while, and then, they're stuck in their ways of the type of movies they watch and they like. And then a lot of things are getting overlooked because of that. So I'm happy with that.
Now, one of the brightest spots, anyway, at least right now, is the fact that Alejandro González Iñárritu is nominated for Best Director for The Revenant, right? Cool. Well, he's actually going to be potentially the first Latino to ever go back-to-back as Best Director.
Awesome.
It hasn't been, back-to-back Best Director has not actually happened since 1941, and it was with John Ford. So for him to be the first since the 40s, that's amazing. That's just amazing.
Was John Ford the guy who made the car?
He did the Grapes of Wrath.
Oh.
He did the Grapes of Wrath. And
not the car guy.
No.
I'm messing around, though, before you guys say anything.
Who was the guy with the
Henry Ford.
Henry Ford. No, was it?
Yes, Henry. I'm from Detroit. I would know this.
Okay. Anyway, so a little bit of revenge, though. The Screen Actors Guild, the SAGs just happened, right? And by SAGs, I mean the Screen Actors Guild, not Susan Sarandon's breasts that were to her friggin' knees that looked like oranges in a pair of socks. But the actual...
That's someone's mother, by the way.
Oh, yeah, sorry. But the actual Screen Actors Guild. And this time, it was a little bit more diverse in the voting, and a lot of the African-American minorities they actually won.
Now, do you think that was just blowback because of the attention that was brought to it, or?
I think so, in all honesty. Idris Elba won twice. Mm-hmm. He won for Beasts of No Nation. Mm-hmm. And Luther. And Queen Latifah won for Bessie. Viola Davis won for the How to Get Away with Murder, the TV show.
Okay.
And Uzo Aduba won for Orange is the New Black.
You don't know how many times he practiced that.
I practiced that a lot. I was thinking...
Good job.
Prince Ali, Avale Ababwa, and what else? Abu Dhabi. Yeah, I was thinking of everything. Anyway.
By the way, if you watch this, ma'am, please.
Yeah, we love you. You're awesome.
Love you. Sorry we screwed your name.
So what I was going to ask you was, do you think it was a disservice to them to win as actors? Do you think it's a disservice to them? Do you think it was that they won due to talent?
Okay.
Or to make a statement? And if they did do it to make a statement, wouldn't that be a disservice to their work?
Okay, I kind of look at it, and I thought the exact same thing. So I originally thought it was like, they're kind of doing this because, it's already been a big fuss has been made about it. If they were to do the same thing, then, they would get the same negative attention. Right. But then also, too, these smaller award shows tend to go outside the box anyway. Remember last year where Birdman was like low on people's list as far as wanting to be thought of the one that was going to win for Best Picture, and then it started getting brought up in smaller award shows, and the next thing you know, it built up momentum into what we got to the Oscars, and then it freaking won out of nowhere. So I just think that these smaller shows kind of like to do something out. They don't want to just give the same awards out to the same people. They almost kind of want to do something a little bit different so some other people can be recognized, even if it's not from the Oscars. Hey, you got recognized here. So I think it was partially because of the negative attention, but then also it's not outside of what they normally do. They normally will pick somebody, maybe a second or third place person who wouldn't have won it, still want to give them some type of recognition. So
right. Well, either way, the show,
at least they nominated some people.
I started thinking, I was like, well, if Will Smith would have been nominated against Leo, would Will have beaten Leo if the trend would have continued? I don't know.
But That would be messed up, though. Leo, you need to win this award.
Well, I was at least happy that Strata Compton was nominated for Best Cast. So I mean, at least they were nominated. I was actually almost thinking that they were going to win. I mean, I'm kind of glad that Spotlight won. You know, you just can't go wrong with Batman and Hulk. You know, Michael Keaton and Mark Ruffalo. So and Sabretooth, because Lee Schreiber was in it. You know,
that's right.
So you got three Marvel.
Right.
You got three superheroes there and villains.
Like when I watched The Village, and I was like, oh, it's Superman, and it was Han Solo. I mean, not Han Solo, Luke Skywalker. My bad. And I said The Village. It wasn't even The Village. It was what was that movie? All right, never mind. Forget it.
All right, anyway,
I'll put it up somewhere.
So with all this Oscar talk, you know, going back and forth on all this other stuff, they had asked Ice Cube about it, and he said that, you know what, we make movies for the fans, not for shows that we don't go to anyway. So, you know, that was pretty awesome for Ice Cube to say that, because you know he does it for the fans, and Straight Outta Compton's box office total pretty much proves that right there, right?
Yeah, and I thought he said something also too. It was like, should we be making this for money as opposed for awards?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, if you get paid a lot, who cares?
Exactly. Well, speaking of Ice Cube, he's now you remember him? He was on not you remember him, obviously you do.
Yeah, that guy Ice Cube.
You know, that guy Cube.
You know, didn't he patent some ice trays or something? Or
no, but you remember that he was part of the Triple X franchise,
right?
So Vin Diesel is actually going to be back. As Xander Cage.
So is
Triple X 3.
All right. So is State of the Union going to become like Rocky 5, where like they just don't talk about it no more? It's just like
I don't know. Maybe Alien 3.
Alien 3.
Maybe Alien 3. Anyway,
retcon that out.
So Triple X 3 is going to come out, and Vin Diesel is going to come back. Now he's trying to make Triple X kind of like Fast and Furious. Because Jet Li is joining the cast, Tony Jaa is joining the cast, Sam Jackson is coming back, but Sam Jackson's in everything anyway, and then Cube might be coming back.
It would be interesting if they do bring him back, so at least they can kind of link the films together. Because without it, it seemed like they would be kind of distance themselves from the second one, but. I don't like the idea of making it fast. I mean, I know it was an action-packed movie, and I understand, but don't totally make, because you're still making it Fast and Furious movie, so don't make something that's like Fast and Furious, and then still make Fast and Furious.
He's got 2 left though. He's only doing 2 more, and that's it. It's over. I think it's going up to 9, and it's over.
So then let's do this third Triple X movie. When we should be doing it, we'll call the Triple X Fast and Furious 10. Or Triple X Fast and Furious, or Fast and Furious Triple X.
Alrighty. Anyway, so okay. Well, how
Fast and Furious X? Fast and Furious X? I said it.
That's right it. That'll be part 10. Though.
That'll be part 10.
Yeah, and then it's gonna be awesome when Toretto fights Xander Cage.
They'll CGI him. By then, they will have perfected it. Marvel will have brought in some new technology. We'll get James Cameron. We'll have a blue.
You're awful.
We'll have a blue Vin Diesel.
Can I get another co-host, please? So, Triple X 3 is not the only third in the franchise coming out. Thor 3 is actually already going to start. Thor 3 Ragnarok is coming out.
You get Ragnarok, but you can't get a Dubai.
I can't a Dubai. I get a Ragnarok. All right. So, Cate Blanchett was actually signed on to do the main villain of Hela. She's plays Queen of the Dead.
Right.
Now, there's some spoilers in this, so please, if you don't want to hear this, then just turn it off. More or less, the plot is about Thor's hammer gets destroyed.
Okay.
Right, and Hulk does return. And they're pretty much kind of like on a road trip type. A planetary road trip.
Every time they say that in the press, I keep seeing like this convertible car
and Holiday Road,
Hemsworth like this, and Thor with like arm on the side.
Holiday Road blasting. Some chick with the Ferrari. Forget it. All right, so
pull inside.
So it's supposed to be smarter. Like the Hulk is supposed to be smarter. He's supposed to be more verbal.
Yeah, so this is when Banner starts to get more control of the Hulk. So.
Right. Do you think that Lou Ferrigno comes back to voice?
No. What?
Well, Lou Ferrigno voices the Hulk in the Avengers.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I did that.
That's Lou Ferrigno.
I did not know that. Well, that's cool. Then
it's awesome, right? Yeah. Anyway, so he's gonna talk a little bit more. Now, some of this is a little part of the movie is going to be kind of loosely based on Planet Hulk.
Okay.
So what happens on Hulk's side of the story in Thor 3 actually ties into Avengers Infinity Wars.
All right, so as excited as I am about Planet Hulk and that they've been thinking about going that route with Planet Hulk, well, not the Hulk, Thor is always the one getting kind of the shafted in these Marvel movies is because it's never really just a Thor movie. And if they're going to go this route with like teasing Planet Hulk, I want it to be like very little tease at the end of the movie. We kind of getting there. There better not be like, oh, hey, I'm on this planet that I'm taking over through fighting and stuff like that. And Thor, you're here. Hey, Thor.
Do you think that the Hulk is going to take away from Thor in his own movie?
If they start to plant too many seeds for Planet Hulk, then yeah. But if it's just kind of like, I really don't understand why. I understand how they can do it, but I don't understand how it's going to mesh together and not be where Hulk pulls attention away from Thor.
Okay, do you remember that scene in Avengers where they bring the big creature down and they crash into the train station or whatever, and they're both side by side and then Hulk punches them?
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny.
I think it's gonna
funny in bits.
I think it's gonna be something like that.
It's funny
that's
in
just
bits.
That's my opinion. I don't know. I think that's what it's gonna be.
And
like.
can you see Hulk having this whole, like really deep conversation with Thor when they're talking about the end of the world? It's just Hulk smash. That's what we want to hear Hulk say. I don't want to hear him have this whole conversation. I want to hear Hulk smash, and I want grunts, and I want smiling, and I want crap being torn apart. That's all I want. So give Hulk a small part in this. I understand they said buddy thing, and I hope the buddy thing is like Thor. So like it better be 80% of this movie is Thor, and then next thing you know, he runs into Hulk, who's like, "Hey, chill, buddy, the road trip on the side of the road. Hey, Hulk,
who says I'm too old for this?" Is it Hulk or?
Please tell me if that line is in the movie. Hulk says that one. Please tell me Hulk says that one. So, or they get Danny Glover in there somewhere.
So and he's like infected with gamma too. And
there you go.
There you go. Give me Green Murtaugh. Hashtag Green Murtaugh.
Man.
Murtaugh smash. All right. So keeping up with the threes here. The best always come in threes, right? Wolverine 3. The script is finally finished. Okay. And this is the last. This is it. Mm-hmm. Hugh Jackman is done.
I hope he changes his mind.
Hugh Jackman is done. And supposedly the new Logan, the new Wolverine, will debut in a cameo in Deadpool 2.
Okay.
Potentially. Okay.
But then there's still rumors too that Hugh Jackman might make a cameo in Deadpool.
Yeah.
That they might still be hiding that from us.
Or Ryan Reynolds will also be in Wolverine 3.
I'll take either or.
I'll take either or too. Both. Now remember that Deadpool, and I think we talked about this on one of the previous show, is that the alternate timeline of X-Men Days of Future Past is why this Deadpool exists, and not the one from Origins,
because we erased that with the with Days of Future Past,
So that all of that actually, I mean, all of that did happen, but because of the events of Days of Future Past, it is now done. Yeah, completely do over. Complete mulligan.
Deadpool's movie is actually the future of Apocalypse.
So it takes place after Apocalypse?
It takes place after Apocalypse, which kind of throws it off because then you're like, oh, hey, they fixed everything, right? But
well, then I'm curious to see how Colossus's role.
Well, that's the reason why we have Colossus, because it's after Apocalypse.
That's interesting. So it starts filming in April. Wolverine 3. Who do you think should be the next Wolverine?
You know, the only one that I had actually thought about, and because obviously they're gonna go young, was in. I haven't heard him do an American accent, so I'm kind of iffy about it. But I was gonna say the kid from Kingsman, that Edgerton kid.
Who?
Is this Edgerton? You've seen Kingsman, right?
Edgerton from Warrior?
No, okay, maybe that's not what I'm thinking about.
You're talking about the kid with the baseball hat
from Kingsman?
Yeah.
Yes.
Him? Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they're gonna go young, and he's kind of a stocky kid. He can put some weight on. Hell, think of how thin Hugh Jackman was when he first started.
I like Butler.
Gerard Butler? He's too old, dude.
I like Butler though. I like Butler, and I like Tom Hardy. I think Tom Hardy would be awesome.
Tom Hardy would be great. But then again, I think they're gonna go young.
Man, I don't know.
Because Tom Hardy's not gonna commit for because basically, if they get whoever they cast for Wolverine again, they're locking you down for 10 films. Dude, you're gonna be in a 10 film thing signed contract.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
They're gonna go young, and they're not gonna get somebody who's already in their mid 30s and say, give me 10 films, and 10 films are gonna take what 15 years. We'll be Hugh Jackman again. I mean, Hugh Jackman is still. I'm okay with a damn near 50 Hugh Jackman still playing Wolverine.
I'm Old Man Logan. That's what.
I'm still okay with that.
No, Old Man Logan.
But who is gonna want to make that type of commitment at that type of age, besides somebody that young, and would be willing to keep up with it? Because now Hugh Jackman already set the bar. It's like you have to look ripped to be Wolverine. You can't just be, I worked out a couple weeks before the film, and I'm kind of a stocky guy. No. You have to look amazingly ripped to be Wolverine. So they're gonna have to get somebody young who can keep up that type of body, because when you're old, it's harder to keep that type of body. That's why Hugh Jackman don't want to do it anymore, because he said this is killing him to keep up that body. And
I just want to be fat.
Yeah, see, he said my wife loves it, but I'm getting tired of doing it. He's like, I want to eat. He's like, my wife likes looking at it, but I want to eat. So they're gonna get somebody. They're gonna get like a young 20-something-year-old actor who will be
unknown, maybe.
They're probably not gonna go too unknown, because they're gonna want to bring some faces in. But they're not gonna get somebody where they're trying to do with Han Solo with Miles Teller, and it was like, you're not Han. So they're gonna get somebody who's kind of known, but that'll bring in some fans, but still unknown enough to where you can let
somebody that hasn't really doesn't have anything to call his own as far as franchise is concerned.
That's what I said the Kids from Kingsman. It's like he's got a little bit of fame, but he's not stuck as anything.
Well, Kingsman's going to have a sequel. Yeah, so that's going to probably be his franchise. All right, we'll see what happens. Hey, we'd like to know who you guys think should be the next Wolverine. Yeah, so please leave a comment down there on the bottom.
Hugh Jackman.
So I saw the Suicide Squad trailer.
Okay.
I've seen the thing like 4 or 5 times already.
I think we've all seen it quite a few times.
Yeah, and I apologize we're late. Sorry. I was sick. Give me a break. But yeah, so what'd you think about it?
All right. So I wish I had never seen that teaser trailer they had put out there when it leaked from Comic-Con. So I wish I had never seen that trailer, because that one made me not like it. This one made me love this movie. I am so excited about seeing this movie. Why? Because remember I kept saying this is going to be the one that bombs.
No, you said that about everything. Independence Day
is going to bomb. Unless y'all have a better trailer that you can show me. Show me a Suicide.
What was the other one that you said was going to bomb?
This one and Suicide.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I said they were going to bomb, but now because I kind of like where they're going. The only thing I'm still kind of iffy about is the Joker. I'm trying to accept it. It's hard, but I'm hoping that he changes my mind when I see it.
It's like Jesse Eisenberg
and the mask for Deadshot and Will Smith. It was like,
why is it white?
Because there's an old comic where it was white. Deadshot's changed his mask a whole bunch of different times.
I don't like it.
And that's the one they chose. They could have chose the metal one. They could have chose where he just wore the eyepiece, which is what I thought they were going to do. He's had a whole bunch of different masks, and they just chose one where it was white. So those are the two things that I'm kind of iffy about, but obviously everybody keeps saying Captain Boomerang, Jai Courtney stole his show. He barely did anything. Okay, he punched the person when he got out of the bag, which was hilarious. And then the time to the beat, he cracked open a beer and he's all ducked out. That was funny. So that was cool. So that got me excited. I'm sold on Harley. I'm a little upset that she doesn't have that full accent from the cartoon, but she does it enough to where I can buy it. So I'm sold on Harley Quinn. What else is in it? Slipknot's gonna die. You heard, if you ain't heard it someplace else, Slipknot's gonna die because they only showed him at the very beginning of and I don't remember him being in any of the walkthrough little shots and stuff like that. So Slipknot's gonna die. I'm not quite sure what they're gonna do with Enchantress. I'm not quite sure what they're going to do with her, but other than that, I liked everything else about the trailer. The music, and it was good.
Well, the Bohemian Rhapsody touch was awesome.
That was awesome.
I really liked that a lot.
That was a good choice.
It had great action scenes. I think Will Smith is taking himself way too seriously. I mean, this is a role that you want to just freaking have fun with. Mm-hmm. I need him to have some fun, like the way he did in the first Man in Black. He had fun with that role. I don't see that with this. Now, granted,
Deadshot's character is not really like a comical character.
But it's almost like, just Will's he's so serious. I need Mike Lowry. Mike Lowry could play. If he was Mike Lowry playing Deadshot, I'd be all right.
So that would actually be hilarious.
Exactly. That would be freaking awesome.
That would be hilarious.
My saving grace for this whole movie, honestly, is Margot Robbie. I think that her as Harley Quinn was brilliant freaking casting. She is just freaking awesome. And yeah, I see what you're saying with the accent and all that. But you don't. She hasn't really come out with too much dialogue as much, you know. So we'll have to wait to see how she plays it in the movie. Now, on one of the previous trailers, when she's hanging upside down and she's like, I mean, that's some cool stuff, man. There's like some really good scenes with her. So I think that she's going to be the one. Now, I am very questionable about Jared Leto. Now, the kid can act. Oscar winner for Dallas Buyers Club. Yeah. He's he's a great actor. Method. He stayed in character the whole time. And he said Will Smith a dead rat. I think so.
Yeah, they were like, as a matter of fact, Will Smith said he was like, I have still not met Jared Leto.
Yeah, exactly. He's met the Joker, but he's never met Jared Leto. So, but regardless of the method and and all that style of acting that he's doing, I'm just not sold on it. And whether it's these. Being reminiscent of Heath Ledger or whatever it is, but that's one of the things.
I don't think it's reminiscent of Heath Ledger at all.
No. I'm saying that the memory of Heath Ledger is in the back of my mind, so I can't accept this guy yet.
It's not until we actually see it that we'll be able to let go.
Well, here's why I say, I don't think he's the Joker. Please, it's a spoiler.
The Joker. It's too complicated. It's too complicated for them to do when they first introduce the Joker to say he's not the Joker. Everybody will be confused. They're not going to do it.
No.
Just stop the fan theory now because they're not going to do this.
He's Jason Todd.
He's not going to be Jason Todd.
He's Jason Todd. He's got the same J on his cheek that he has in Arkham Knight.
When you guys put in the comments,
he's Jason Todd. I don't think that's why I'm not buying him as a Joker. That's just my opinion. I don't know.
The same reason why that Ben Affleck is not Deathstroke.
He's Batman.
Yeah, but the same fan theory came out because people don't want to accept the things that
he's Batman.
Yeah, people want to accept that he's Batman. People don't want to accept that he's the Joker. So I don't want to accept it, but you know what? I'm going to. That's just what they're giving us. We have to just take it and go with it. That's our Joker. That's our Batman.
I can't say anything because one, I was skeptical about Heath Ledger, and everybody was skeptical.
And whoever said that they weren't, were lying.
And everybody was skeptical about Michael Keaton, so we'll give it.
I wasn't. He's like one of my. He is my favorite Batman.
We'll see what's up, but that's just the only good thing that I did like about the whole thing with Jared Leto was the scene where he's laying with the knives.
Yeah, it was cool.
That was an awesome scene. I kind of like that one. So it's going to be interesting. We'll see how he plays it. Hopefully it's brilliant casting. So we'll see.
He better, man. Man, I'm sorry. You're behind the 8 ball. Man, you better knock it out of the park.
So you got these questionable castings. You got, who's going to play Han Solo. You're going to have, how is Jared Leto going to do as the Joker, and who's going to be the next Wolverine. You got all these, all these theories and thoughts and all sort of stuff, but it's a tough thing to do, to be honest with you. Casting, there are so many brilliant castings, like Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool.
Yeah.
And now, who else? There's some other good castings. Oh, freaking Harrison Ford when they went to cast him as Han Solo, and I mean Bruce Willis is John McClane. So you got some.
Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
And he was an unknown back then.
And nobody wanted to see him as Wolverine.
Everybody wanted Glenn Danzig. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh God.
Do you remember that?
That'd have been so bad.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Colossus was Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
The only one that they got right was Patrick Stewart as Xavier. That was the only thing they got right. Remember?
I still think we missed the boat with Schwarzenegger as Colossus.
Yeah, that'd have been great. That would have been awesome.
Oh my God, that would have been great.
So, with that being said, it is now time for our top 5. So our top 5 today is the top 5 worst casting decisions.
You don't know how difficult this was because we do a show called You Don't Hate That Movie, and I almost felt like I could not pick people for movies I've already defended. It was like, hey, but you defended this movie, and then you're like, oh, this is the worst casting ever.
well, casting and movie are two totally different things.
Okay, yeah, true.
So Terrence!
All right, well, with that said, I picked nobody from any of the movies I've already defended because I felt like I'm responsible for them and I'm not going to trash them. So, pick 5 other people. All right, so number 1 or number 5, I guess I'll say, Halle Berry is Catwoman. When this was announced, I was really into it. It was like because it was going to be kind of Eartha Kiddish type deal. So, you know, black people, we want to have black superheroes and stuff like that. So, but then they screwed the movie up and she just didn't fit. And they did this whole thing with the whole different thing with Catwoman. And she's a great actress. They did this whole different thing with Catwoman, and it just did not work. So it was partially the story, the movie, and I don't think she knew how to go with it. It was like, I don't think she could fully embrace being that particular character and letting go. Like you said, hey, you know, Will Smith, just let go, enjoy it. I don't think she really, I think she was trying to play straight and serious, and the movie wasn't really that type of vibe. So that's why I felt like she wasn't a perfect cast.
Do you think, you know, she needed to be not like her, but as far as having, like you said, having fun with the role, like Michelle Pfeiffer did.
Exactly, and that's what we liked her as Catwoman, because she
still is Catwoman
and had fun in the role. She didn't take it serious, and her comedy came off like she was just making fun of the whole thing. That's what we needed, and Halle Berry just went straight. And it could have been a director. Maybe they told her to play it that way.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
And, you know, so I don't want to blame her completely, but it wasn't a great fit.
But to Halle Berry's credit, though, she was woman enough to
take her Razzie,
to go and show up to the Razzie and pick up her Razzie Award. So freaking hats off to you anyway, baby.
All right. So my next one, I guess I'll go because I'll save these other ones for the top. I'm gonna go Vince Vaughn as Norman Bates.
Oh, that was bad. But you know what? They shouldn't have remade that movie anyway.
Well, they did.
I mean, it was shot. It was shot for shot. I actually went back because I had never seen that. But back then, I never seen it, so I saw it, and then I went back and I saw Psycho, the original Hitchcock, and it was shot for shot remake. So if you're gonna do shot for shot, I mean, why make it? It's just ridiculous.
Well.
But anyway, go ahead.
I couldn't see past Vince Vaughn and his normal character, and I know he's played dramatic roles and serious roles, but I kept seeing Vince Vaughn, and I couldn't see him as Norman Bates.
Exactly. And you know, back then it was wasn't it? It was, I think, it's Swingers.
Yeah.
And then he did some movie called Clay Pigeons with Jean Garofalo, and then he did Psycho.
And like he was trying not to get typecast. He was trying to be serious and try to do different roles, but Swingers was too iconic and it was too big, and exactly. I couldn't let go. And I'm sorry, maybe that's me, but it just didn't work, and that's why they didn't do anything else. All right, so after Vince Vaughn, I'm gonna go Jessica Alba.
As Sue Storm?
As Sue Storm.
I'll give you that.
That was, I don't know if it was her. I don't know if it was the makeup job. I don't know.
Blue contacts?
Blue contacts that kind of lightened her skin. And, you know, the crappy fake blonde hair or the dyed blonde hair.
Well, how about
I mean, she was hot.
But for everything, I think it was...
She was hot, and that was the best part about her and that character. And it was like, other than that, it just did not work at all. I don't even have words to say how much I did not like her as Sue Storm. I will watch her as Sue Storm all day, but I just don't want to see it in a movie. She can do other stuff as Sue Storm.
If you want to see Jessica Alba blonde, let's just watch Sin City.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, that was a better blonde. If she'd have been that blonde. The blue contacts. All right, so after that, I'm gonna go, and I didn't know who to put number one, so I'm gonna go number two. Ben Affleck is Daredevil.
That's a good one.
Ben Affleck was Daredevil.
But that's because he wasn't girl gone. Ben
it was
Affleck.
Early in his career.
Yeah, it was Geely.
I mean, but you know, it was not like he came off bad films. I mean, he still had Good Will Hunting.
That's it. But he wrote that and. Chasing Amy, I guess.
Chasing Amy? I mean, it was a small part, but you know. But it's not like he made a whole bunch of crappy films and then got to Daredevil, and that was just another crappy. He made some good movies, and then Daredevil just didn't work. I mean, he has the best Daredevil outfit, and I love our current Daredevil, and his outfit is just not good. But
well, isn't it like a
they did this whole little body armor thing and stuff like that. And it's the mask that throws it off. The mask that they have for him, it doesn't quite work. But he just didn't fit it, and it was like his blind thing didn't sell me on it, and you know, obviously he's not a martial artist, and you know, he's so choreographed, and you really couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
One of the best parts about it was I'm still messed up with names here. Our Kingpin. Michael Clark Duncan. Thank you. I couldn't get the name out at first. Michael Clark Duncan was the best thing about that movie, but
okay, wait a minute. Jennifer Garner. Kickboxing and training to Evanescence, that was the best thing for me. She was... Never mind.
But she's not on my list excuse me.
She was good as Elektra. I liked her as
She's not on my list as worst castings. All right, so Number one.
Number one. I'm curious. Go ahead. I want to hear this.
Topher Grace as Venom.
Oh, that was so awful.
Topher Grace.
I just saw that today.
Topher Grace is Venom. There's no, and I understand because I watched the whole thing when they were doing like the making ofs up to the movie, and it was like the reason why we casted Topher Grace because we wanted like somebody who resembled or somebody who could mirror Peter Parker, and they were like, you know, at one time Topher Grace was up for Peter Parker. So there was like, that'd be great for him to kind of have that back and forth as him as Venom and Eddie Brock. And then they totally forgot that Eddie Brock was not like a mirror of Peter Parker. Eddie Brock was this big stocky dude. And, you know, he was kind of this brash guy who was a reporter and he made up the story and blah, blah. And Peter busted him on it. And it was like, it was more along the like polar opposites. And they weren't like mirror images of each other. And then Topher Grace just was like, even reading comic books about Spider-Man and Venom and stuff like that, he's too lighthearted of a character.
Who is?
The way Topher Grace plays his characters is too lighthearted, and Eddie Brock is not that type of person. So it didn't fit at all. The Venom design was horrible, but I'm not going to blame it on the Venom design because Topher Grace didn't fit as Eddie Brock. He just was not Eddie Brock. Besides him being blonde, and that was it.
So if let me ask you this. So if they would have kept the Venom mask on all the time and with Topher Grace still playing him
and CGI'd him up about 50 pounds
would you have been okay
voice
with it
and made him more aggressive. They gave more aggressive like lines and deepened it, and basically they called in who's another, because I don't want to say James Earl Jones, who's another deep voice, the guy who played Spawn, the voice of Spawn. Keith David in to do the voice of Venom and bulked him up CGI. I might have bought it as Venom, and then they never took his mask off. But then it wouldn't have been Topher Grace as Venom, and that's why it's the worst casting. But that's my top 5.
All right. Well, that's some pretty good ones in there. I like that Halle Berry one. That was pretty good. So my number 5 is Jai Courtney as Jack McClane in Die Hard 5. I could not stand him as Bruce Willis' son. I would have rather seen Die Loopier and had freaking Joseph Gordon-Levitt play his son.
That would have been awesome though if he could have.
I couldn't. Jai Courtney, I'm sorry, but no, I just can't. I mean, it's bad enough I got I can't stand the guy as in the freaking Terminator Genesis as Kyle Reese, which is another freaking, I would have said 5A, 5B for Jai Courtney.
People just have a problem with Jai Courtney. Just like Ryan Reynolds had struggled to find a defining role.
But he got had personality and charisma.
He's
Van Wilder.
You're gonna see it as Captain Boomerang. You're gonna see it as Captain Boomerang. Go on to number 4.
Number 4, Joel Kinnaman as Murphy in RoboCop.
No, I disagree with this.
Sorry, no.
I disagree with this. My daughter's right here. I disagree with this.
I disagree, homeboy.
I disagree with this. I think he did a good job as RoboCop. The only thing is the film got neutered by a PG-13 rating
and the human head,
and it. He didn't even watch the movie. He didn't understand what
I did watch the movie. I don't like the human head.
The human head had a point.
It was dumb.
It had a point.
I don't care.
Number 3.
All right, number 3. Ryan Reynolds as Hal Jordan.
Whoa! I hate your list, man. Your list sucks.
I did not like Ryan Reynolds as Hal Jordan. I would have preferred somebody else in that role.
Okay, so have you seen the DC movies, the animated movies that come out, right? Yeah. Hal Jordan has a personality. Ryan Reynolds has that personality. I mean, Ryan Reynolds, he toned it down a little bit. He didn't go full Van Wilder. He toned it down some, and he went
full Van Wilder in Deadpool.
Yeah, and that's what we want for Deadpool.
Right.
And we got to tone it down.
He was not good for Hal Jordan.
We got waiting Ryan Reynolds for Hal Jordan, and that's what we wanted. We wanted a smart ass for Hal Jordan. That's what we got.
No. Don't like it.
Number 2.
Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker.
What is wrong with you? I like Hayden Christensen. All right, okay. Dialogue.
Attack of the Clones. No. Absolutely. Go ahead. Do your role. No. Do your spot. No. Do your spot.
What?
Obi-Wan is holding me back.
I love that.
I hated that.
Obi-Wan's holding me back.
Yeah. Sorry. And my number 1.
Episode 3, man.
Episode 3, I love him. But Attack of the Clones is the first movie he was casting.
He had a couple of bad lines of dialogue. People just wait till he comes back. Just wait till he comes back.
My number 1 is George Clooney as Batman.
Finally, I'll give you that.
In Batman and Robin. I cannot stand George Clooney because he played George Clooney.
He did.
He was not Bruce Wayne. He was George Clooney. And then, and if he does he does this a lot.
Sammy Davis Jr.
I don't know what it is, but so yeah, no more Clooney. Thanks.
Oh man. I hate the list.
Hey, we'd like to hear your top 5 for worst casting.
How bad his list was.
And tell me whose list was worse, mine or his? I don't know. But please leave your comments on at the bottom there. Terrence, take us home.
All right. Okay. So like every week or except for last week, but every week I would say you guys make sure you like and subscribe. We want to know if you like this video, if you didn't like this video. We always want you guys to subscribe so that way you know about videos that do come out when they're released, so that way you can kind of be part of our goods community. We also want the comments because one, we want to know what you guys think about our list when we do these type of lists, or things that we didn't mention, or things that we could have talked about, or hey, if there were some other ones that we missed on here and how bad his list was, please mention it in the comments. Definitely let us know about future things that we should be doing too. So I think that's all I got for this video. I'm Terrence.
I'm Manny. And that was the goods. See you next time.
Are we ready for the show? Is that what she was asking?
Yeah. Are you ready or no?
Yeah, I'm good.
Marker.
You want to get up there?
So you're going to read the board of the...
Can you read us? Read us.
Okay.
Can you see us?
Hold it.
Yes.
Hold it.
Goods, EP11, Roll 1, Scene 1, Take 1, Director, Aspen, Cat.
You gotta read all that stuff.
Just the...
Freaking credits are rolling already. We ain't even freaking started yet.
All right.